There are hundreds of cities in Illinois, but which is the forgotten city? Well, we visited all of them, so you don't have to. And these are our top 5. Number 5, Cairo, Illinois, the town time left behind. Once a thriving river town where Abraham Lincoln once walked, Cairo now lies in silence. What happened? We begin with a quick pan over the eerily quiet downtown. Most of the buildings are closed. All of the storefronts are empty. A few paint chips fall from the side of a boarded-up pizza place. An old courthouse looms over the street. But what happened here? Why is this place a ghost town? It was once one of the busiest ports in the nation. In the 1800s, Cairo sat at the heart of the American fur trade. And as the US grew, so did Cairo after the Civil War. Freed slaves and European immigrants poured in, drawn by the promise of jobs and a new life. For a while, it looked like Cairo could become a major metropolis. But then came the race riots. Then came the floods. Then came the loss of industry. Today, less than 1,000 people live here. And if you want to move to Cairo, bring your own wrecking ball because most of the homes are uninhabitable and most of the rest are abandoned. But that's not all. Here's a local telling a story about the town. They say that if you listen closely, you can hear the screams of the people who lost their lives in the flood of 1993. And after hearing this, we can conclude. No. 4. Valmeyer, Illinois, the town that moved. In 1993, a devastating flood slammed into the small town of Valmeyer, Illinois. So devastating, in fact, that it completely submerged the town. Well, almost everything. The mayor at the time said something had to be done, so he led the charge to move an entire town uphill. Here's a clip of the town being rebuilt. And here's a clip of the flooded town. Today, the town has a population of about 1,500. This is New Valmeyer, a census-designated place just 2 miles away from the original town. And this is Old Valmeyer, what's left of the original town. In all directions, you can see the remnants of homes and foundations poking out of the ground. There's a basketball court with a few hoops hanging from the rims. There's a fire hydrant sticking out of the mud. There's a swing set swaying in the breeze. A cemetery is surrounded by water on 3 sides. Down another road, there's a house with a for sale sign out front. Across the street, there's a pile of tires, a crumbling brick wall, and a driveway leading to nowhere. Further down, we found the Valmeyer High School demolished. And finally, we arrived at the epicenter of the town, the old courthouse, a solemn reminder of days gone by. So what do you think? Which one will you choose? New Valmy or Old Valmy? No. 3. Kaskaskia, the first capital of Illinois. The forgotten city of Illinois isn't actually on the map anymore. Or rather, it's not on the mainland anymore. That's because the Mississippi River has swallowed much of the town. All that's left of it is a spit of land with fewer than 20 people living on it. But back in the day, this place was hopping. In 1703, French colonial settlers founded the city. It was here on this very island that Illinois' first capital was established in 1818. Here's a picture of the Illinois State Archives building. Now imagine it. Back then, this place was bustling. Stagecoach drivers, riverboats, sailors, traders, farmers, woodsmen, frontiersmen, trappers, hunters, they were all here. Then slowly but surely, the river began to claim more and more of the town until it was nothing but a few houses and businesses clinging to the shore. Today, there are no gas stations, no stores, no restaurants, not even a single soul on the street. We spoke with one of the last families living in Cassiopeia, and they told us it's a beautiful place to call home. Number 2, Time, Illinois. In 1955, a tornado ripped through the small town of Time, Illinois. It seems to have stopped time here, literally. This is a faded gas station, a deserted general store, a rusty John Deere tractor, a barbershop pole spinning in the breeze, a clock frozen at noon. It's like the entire town just stopped mid-step. Time is a town of only about 500 residents nestled between Springfield and Peoria. And yes, that is its real name. According to the United States Postal Service, the town was named after a local surveyor named Time. Somewhere along the way, his last name got lost to history, leaving only the first name to mark the spot. Once the nearby railroad line shut down and tourism on Route 66 slowed, Time, Illinois, like many other river towns, saw better days. Most of the businesses closed up shop and headed out, leaving behind a handful of homes and one neon beer sign. Today, there are no businesses in Time, just empty storefronts and a silent movie theater. We talked to a few locals, and they told us stories about growing up in Time, and after hearing their stories, we realized why this place feels like it stopped in 1955. And finally, No. 1, Brooklyn, Illinois. America's first black town shouldn't be forgotten. It should be a national treasure. It should be taught in every school across the country. Instead, it's barely mentioned in any history book. Founded in the 1830s by freed African Americans, Brooklyn was supposed to be a beacon of hope. It was the first planned community west of the Mississippi River to be built by and for African Americans. Early on, the town bustled with activity. It had the Underground Railroad running through it. People would come from all around just to visit. But then political leaders started to turn on the town. They blocked funding for schools. They diverted the railroad away from Brooklyn. They neglected the roads and bridges. Eventually, most of the residents were too poor to stay. By the turn of the century, the town had shriveled up and died. But why does any of this matter today? We asked this exact question to a local historian. And here's what they told us. Remembering a place like Brooklyn helps remind us of how far we've come as a nation. But it also reminds us how far we have yet to go. We're done. Thanks for watching.